I come on and give you a quick update on the UMG content ID situation that I've been going through where I'm getting these ridiculous amounts of claims all the time. But before we begin, I'd like to thank all the YouTubers that made videos in support of my situation with UMG. It means so much to me. I really appreciate it. I made a video a couple weeks ago about
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
All right, I just saw this. I was about to be finished recording today, and I saw this. I've talked about Rick Beato stuff just slightly here, but not in depth, and I haven't seen this yet, so I want to watch it. UMG is full of and the problem with the copyright claim system, there's massive infractions and stuff. But for someone like Rick and the Professor of Rock, who are legitimately utilizing fair use totally properly, they're getting really screwed by the whole YouTube copyright claim system and the labels. But mainly, I would blame the copyright claim system the most, right? Because it's in favor of the labels, right? There's no fair. And I'm going to give you a quick example before we go into this. I did a Michael McDonald reaction on my channel, on my main channel, right? And in that reaction, the main copyright claim holder, the label, released the claim. Then I got a claim from UMG. And guess who it was for? It wasn't for Michael McDonald. It was for Warren G, because Warren G sampled the original for regulators. So my video is copyright claimed by UMG for content that it is not. Warren G sampled this song from Michael McDonald and created the song Regulators. And because that sample pops up and the AI reads it, boom. And this happens a lot. I noticed this with the Orchard and UMG specifically, because the Orchard represents all these underground indie artists that sample original stuff or make remixes, and the AI just hears the original and then claims it for their claim it, which it's not their content. So that's another infraction that happens all the time. I'm reading my copyright claims all the time because there's some labels that work with me to and we'll clear some, not all, but some here and there. So I just think it's funny how that works. So that's just another thing to add to the pile of nonsense that they're doing. But let's hear Rick out and see what's going on here. And I hope he gets justice, man. I really do.
about the many claims that I've been getting from UMG just out of blue, really in the last 2.5 months or so. They just come in every day.
Yeah, they ramped up their system. They ramped up their system 2.5 months ago or 2 months ago, where their AI. So I'm not going to say how I know, but long story short, the AI is doing a scheduled wave, and there were moments that certain things would get through, but they basically made their system impenetrable. So it went from almost impenetrable to now it's impenetrable, and it's just like, and there's others. So UMG is attacking them because this is the stuff they're utilizing, but the other companies that have this really aggressive AI in place to do copyright claims is Believe Music, BMG Rights Europe, UMG. There's a few more. Whoever claims Rammstein and who are those folks? Nightwish. All the K-pop stuff is ridiculous. The K-pop people are way more aggressive than UMG, in my opinion. So this is not just bro. It's wild. It really is wild, you guys. So okay, let's keep going.
As you can see from this is just yesterday. You can see they just came in right in a row. I probably had 25 yesterday. They're going after old videos. They're going after shorts, all these kind of things. And then I saw something interesting. I saw a claim for a video that I already fought, which was the video of the most complex pop song ever. It was about the Sergio Mendes track.
Bro, I know too much about this. This happens all the time. You will get a strike on your channel if you're in the right realms and you believe you can appeal it through your counter notification. You can do that. If you beat your strike through the counter notification, the video gets cleared, it gets released. 3 to 6 months later, UMG will throw another copyright claim on it. After you beat it, after you proved they didn't send you to court. So this is anyways, that's a whole thing you go through. But in the counter notification process, it says the claimant, UMG, has 10 days to take you to court, right? If they don't take you to court, then they don't have a viable thing going on and they release your video. But then YouTube needs to have a system in place like, hey, they beat this, no more copyright claim. In my opinion, after someone beats 3 to 5 copyright claims from the same company on their channel, they shouldn't have to fight a strike from that company ever again. Because unless the company is going to show that they're going to take this to court, it's just bullshit. And that's what's going on. These record labels are hiding behind YouTube's copyright claim system to do this to creators like Rick and other creators who are dealing with the copyright infractions because they can, because YouTube's copyright system is in favor of the labels, which I might add, these labels are slimy, dirty motherfucking creeps because they've done dirty deals with a lot of the artists. So the artists aren't even getting this money. That's what's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And all the money they make now, because they're not making money off of their content, right? Because those are just streams. Streams are what they're doing is they're copyright claiming reaction videos, people like Rick, Professor Iraq, who have these long form videos. So there's more value there. There's more ad revenue. And so now they're getting a boost in the money they're collecting because their product can't generate that because it's only 3 minutes long. So it can't get a pre-roll ad. All of these things are it's an intricate thing going on here.
Never going to let you go. Here are the two emails. The first is from June 22nd, 2021, when I got the original claim for Never Gonna Let You Go. And here's the one I got on September 3rd for the same song. You can see it's UMG on both of them. What had happened originally is that I fought the claim and I won it. And here's what happens. You claim fair use, and they have a 30-day period in which to respond. And they never responded until yesterday. And they claimed the video again. And I was like, I won that claim because they never responded in 2021 in that 30-day period. And here's the language.
Well, back then, just to be fair, some disputes would get through because they didn't have the same AI system or whatever they have now that's been going in the last 2 months. They didn't have that in the past. Because I remember just putting a dispute on an NF reaction I did back in the day, and it just, like, in 30 days, I was like, oh, this cleared. But that wouldn't happen all the time. That was super rare. But what I noticed is sometimes they missed the claims because they might have had a manual system. Sometimes people have interns doing this shit. But now that they have AI and bots who can do the copyright claim system stuff, it's gotten tighter and way more strict.
After a YouTube Content ID claim expires, the claimant generally cannot reclaim the same video for the same content. The expiration of a claim after a 30-day period without a response from the claimant is considered a resolution of that specific dispute. According to YouTube's terms of service and help documentation, when a user disputes a Content ID claim, they have a 30-day window to review and dispute and take action. If they fail to do it within this time frame, the claim is automatically released. This process is designed to provide a clear and timely resolution for creators, and that's what happened. I claimed fair use on that one video.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy, because then that's wild, some of the stuff that's happening on my other channel. This is what I'm talking about, and YouTube is allowing this to happen.
It's one of the few that I had ever done back in 2021. They didn't respond. Okay, now it goes down. There's a couple distinctions here. There could be a redetection, technically, that YouTube Content ID system could automatically flag the same content again in a different upload, which did not happen. Or manual claims. It says, while less common for Content ID, a copyright owner could still manually file a takedown notice if they believe their copyright is being infringed, even after a Content ID claim is expired. They go on to say, in essence, the expiration of a Content ID claim following a dispute is intended to be the final word on the specific claim. The creator should not have to repeatedly address the same claim from the same rights holder on the same video if the claimant has already failed to act within the stipulated time frame. If a claimant attempts to reclaim the video after identical claim has expired, the creator can dispute it again, referencing the previous resolution. They are claiming the same song after I already won the fair use 30-day appeal in 2021. Now, up until last November, I really didn't fight any videos at all. Never. So I got these Content ID claims and I just like, all right, whatever.
And these labels are making a ton of money off of his content because he gets a lot of views. Not a ton, but they're getting money, bro. They're getting money. They are getting money. And I just think it's so effed up. Now, what I wanted to highlight here was they picked the wrong person, I believe, to mess with Rick. Because I'm just going to tell you what needs to happen. One, if UMG was smart, they would whitelist his channel and just let things sizzle. Like some of these big creators, they would whitelist because they're able to whitelist his channel and anything he uses from UMG just clears automatically. They can do that because there's a company that I work with that has a stable, more of like indie artists, but I'm whitelisted. So anything from that catalog is whitelisted, right? So I know UMG can do that, but they won't. And most labels won't. And this is what is kind of whack, but Rick should go to court. Rick should go to court, and this would be a defining moment for creators. Why? Because as much as lawyers say about fair use and all this stuff, from my understanding, there hasn't been a precedent set in a courtroom setting about fair use. So you don't know how much of the content of someone else's you can actually use. What's the percentage? What do you have to do? It's a huge gray area right now, right? So right now, technically, they would say reacting to a full song is not fair use, right? However, they haven't set the precedent for that. And also, like, if you're making an analytical or breaking something down, you kind of need the entire piece of content to do that. And it's being transformed because something so small is being turned into something so long. There's many different things. Like, I don't know. I'm not a freaking lawyer, right? I don't know law, but everyone I've heard on here would say, oh, you can't use the full piece of content. But then I look it up and I go in depth from Google to ChatGPT to some of even the law homies that I know. And they're like, well, there hasn't really, I was like, well, how much can you use? 50%, 60%, especially when you're dealing with songs, right? Because they're short pieces of content and there's not really an answer. So this is a big thing because if it gets taken to court, then there is a precedent set, which changes the landscape for all creators. Now all creators can revolve under legit fair use because they can figure out, okay, so we can use this amount, we can do this, this is what we can do, and then dodge the bullshit from the labels. And that's why I think the labels are actually hiding behind the copyright claim system because it's in their benefit. And why go to court, spend thousands of dollars just to so creators can figure out actually how this would work and then be able to utilize it without them getting all of the money. That's what I think. Could be tripping, but.
And whoever claimed it got the money for my videos. My lawyer now, had told me 2 years ago, he's like, Rick, these are all fair use, which is why I decided to hire him it's because of the interviews. I play so many songs in them because I need to, as we're talking about it. The Rick Rubin video, I think I played about 13 different.
It's so messed up that he's doing interviews with the people who made the music and the label is taking it. It's so crazy. And then I don't know how these royalty splits work. Some artists have better ones than others, but a lot of this money don't go to the artists like they should.
Different tracks. And if I'm talking about the Beastie Boys and I want to ask them a question about it, I'll play the song, or the Red Hot Chili Peppers or Johnny Cash. You have to play these songs to talk about them. That's what fair use is all about. When I traveled to Italy to interview Rick, I pay for the airfare over there. I pay for the hotels, pay for the car that I had to rent to get down to his place, my camera crew, everything.
And you promoted him, and UMG is just, bro, it's crazy. Rick is in the total right here, in my opinion. I can't really give y'all a law standpoint because I ain't a lawyer, but this is wild stuff.
I do it on any of the interviews that I travel on. I don't pay the people that I'm interviewing, but I pay the guys here to edit the videos and help me with all this stuff, plus all the costs associated with it. That's the reason that I decided to fight. So I spoke to Ted Joya earlier. Ted has been on my channel a couple of times, and he wrote on his Substack yesterday about the Universal situation that I'm having. And Ted asked me, he said, do you think Universal is out to get you? And I said, no, I think that they just go after channels that have a lot of subscribers and get a lot of views. And that's the easiest way for them to make money on things. And so they're coming after me and other big channels.
I would push back on that just a little bit, Rick. No confrontation. All respect to you, brother, man. They're not going after you specifically, bro. I work behind the scenes with mad reaction channels, They just have a new AI system that goes after everything. And they're generating a ton of money from reaction channels because it's creating a longer form content that makes a lot of money, right? Like I showed it on here. Like I did a Don Rickles reaction, which is a comedy, right? But it got like 270,000 views, and that was $1,200, right? Um, so it all depends on the time, but like that's the same with music reactions. It just depends on the age and if reaction channels were clearing their reactions, there'd be a ton of money in that. And this is what they're doing. So they're not just targeting him and big creators. They're targeting anyone who uses their content because they're making a killing. Again, I just want to highlight with the stream, because that's typically what they get for music, is like a streaming payout, which is like fractions of pennies, you know? But when the video is longer than 8 minutes, they put pre-roll ads, and there's so much more value in the content when it's stretched out. UMG just tightened up their system so they could make more money. More, it's only about the bottom line. They don't give a fuck who it is, and that's it. That's the answer. I promise you.
So after telling Ted I didn't think that they were going after me specifically, then I thought, well, maybe they are. I've had a lot of people ask me, Rick, why don't you file a harassment suit against UMG? Why don't you file a class action lawsuit? And I'm 63 years old. I had open heart surgery a year ago. I mean, I hope to live to be 100, but I don't want to spend years doing this. I just want to come on YouTube and make my videos about music. That's it. This is for other people to fight. I make the videos for the other creators on this platform that don't have the viewership that I have and don't have the resources that I have to fight this stuff. I'm making it for them. I'm trying to make people aware of these huge companies like UMG going after YouTubers and scam them out of money.
Again, what I was just telling you was a scam. Like they put a copyright claim on a Michael McDonald song that they do not own. Because it was released and they claimed it. And if you read the copyright claim, shit, I should just pull that up. Maybe I will in a second. Yeah. Okay.
That's why. It's that simple. It's funny when I see people post clips of my video and react to it and talk about it. I seem like I'm as my daughter Lennon says, a rage baiter.
He's not. He's spitting facts. If you've ever dealt with copyright claims on YouTube, it's absolute bullshit. It happens everywhere, from comedy reactions to movie clip reactions, but they're very aggressive with the music reactions. They're the most aggressive with music.
And I was like, what are you talking about, rage baiter? And then I see that. I was like, okay, maybe Lennon's right.
No,
I just get, I'm Sicilian. What can I say?
Bro,
I just get like that, and I can't help myself. So, but I'm being calm in this video. This is what's going on. It's continuing to happen. But, frankly, my position is that I hope other people fight it. I hope that they do. I hope the younger creators on the platform fight it. It's their fight to have. I know a lot of people will say, Rick, well, you have the influence and all this stuff. It's like, I don't have any influence, obviously. If I had influence, they wouldn't be putting these claims in my videos every day. So obviously what I say doesn't really make much of a difference. I'd love to know your thoughts. Leave a comment, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.
The problem is he's one of the most legitimate. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to take the screen down just in case there's something that's not supposed to be up, and show you guys this scam that UMG does. And again, these are just money grabs. I think I put wife in the title. Let me look and try to pull it up. Dolly Parton. We just did those. So let me just put McDonald's. So I can show you guys behind the scene and you guys can see what I'm talking about. So here it is. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring you guys along with me real quick so you guys can see. So he's talking about, he's legitimately covered under fair use. He has, copyright claims, blah, blah, blah on his videos, right? So this is a little bit different, but this is a scam right here. And I'm going to show you guys. So you go to your copyright and you see it's copyright claimed, right? But look at this. So if I pull this video up, let me see what I can do so you guys can kind of see. Let's see. I'm not going to let it play the music because then this video is going to get copyright claimed. But as you can see, I'm playing, hold on. In the video, I'm playing Michael McDonald, the original. Michael McDonald, I keep forgetting, okay? You see it here. This is the reaction we're doing. Michael McDonald, I keep forgetting. I forget, I think it's claimed by Warner Music Group, I believe. I could be incorrect. But anyways, long story short, Warner cleared their copyright claim. And the moment they cleared it, UMG put up a copyright claim. And I want you to see this. I'm going to bring it up in big on the screen so you guys can see. Like, Regulate, Warren G. I did not react to Warren G's Regulate. So there's a copyright claim on my video for Warren G Regulate, which is not the content reacted to. The content reacted to is Michael McDonald. I keep forgetting. So this is another problematic thing, that because when you're just using AI, so now I can dispute. I already disputed it's been rejected. If I wanted to, I could appeal it, and then I'm going to get a strike. Why am I going to get a strike? Because the AI is not going to read, hey, this is an incorrect copyright claim, do the right thing and release it because this is not your content. And this is happening with the Orchard and UMG specifically. The Orchard, damn, hold on. Let me pull this up because I think I got a fake one on a Frank Sinatra video too. Sinatra. Let's look. I just saw that earlier. Yeah, this one. Let me just look real quick. It might be legit, but I don't think it is. All right, here we go. Here's a great example. So here's another one. This is a fake copyright claim. I reacted to Frank Sinatra, My Way. Look at this. So this is being copyright claimed by, where's the claim? I'll look at the details. Let's look at the details. All right, so the Orchard, just like I told you. Look right here. Jungle Lust instrumental M-Beat. So at some capacity, some artist named Junglist sampled Frank Sinatra, My Day. Okay, sampled Frank Sinatra, My Day. And then what happens is they go to a distributor. Well, whoever Orchard is, they distribute through Orchard, TuneCore, whatever it is. And because that sound is in there, it registers under their AI and it gets detected. So the Orchard is claiming this video. My video is being claimed by the Orchard for some random fool who sampled Frank Sinatra named the Junglist M-Beat. All right, so this is a big scam and it's a sham, and it's because people sample stuff and then it gets detected as the original. And so this is just an addition to what Rick is talking about. Now with the Orchard, it's 50-50. I have appealed the Orchard one time and said, hey, this is an incorrect copyright claim, and they released it. But I've also gotten a strike before doing the same thing. And this is why I don't like to play the appeal counter notification game, because it's somewhat tricky. But yeah, man, shout out to Rick for putting it out there for people. I figured I'd just show you guys behind the scenes, and I could go through a bunch of videos. There's also composition claims. And I believe the composition, there's certain companies that are fake, I believe. And these composition claims they're targeting. So there is a time in a month where anytime I dropped a video that was a 1 out of 10, this composition claim company would claim my video. And then I looked it up. I was like, this is like a Korean company, bro. What the is this? And so that's a whole nother thing. I go down the rabbit hole on this. I kind of actually know a little bit about copyright claims. I don't put it all out there, but I definitely have learned a lot just in my time on YouTube. And that's why we're on this channel. I don't know if I'll put this on my main channel, but my main channel is my music reaction channel. This is my channel where I just do commentary because I feel like dodging copyright bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me know what I got, what I missed. Holla at your boy.
City boy, city boy.